Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to bring to you a bi-weekly makeup basket. This is the first makeup basket of the new year. It will be as of the 3rd of January, and this again is going to be bi-weekly, so it's going to be for 2 weeks. I did wrestle with whether or not I was even going to do the bi-weekly makeup baskets anymore because I do have so much that's going to be in my 2016 makeup use up. But what I figured I could do is still play around with some things that aren't in my projects because I don't want to completely limit myself this year, but then I can use this as a platform to show you what I'm going to focus on for blocks of time, because I do have some different products in my 2016 makeup use up goals, a couple different blushes so I can rotate those, a couple different, I think I only have one highlighter, but things that I can kind of rotate in, and I kind of wanted to just let you know at any given time what I'm working on as far as what is in that makeup use up goal for 2016. I'm going to show you what I'm going to pull out of this bi-weekly makeup basket that I'm not going to be using any longer because I'm rotating some things in. So the first thing is going to be my MAC Stereo Rose. I think this has been in for like the last 2 baskets, and I've really only used it a couple of times. So I am going to go ahead and pull this out because I do have a couple other blushes that I wanted to use in this basket, and then I've got the blushes that I'm focusing on for my makeup use up in 2016. I'm going to pull out this MAC Soft and Gentle. I did use this quite a bit in my basket, and because I have so many highlighters that I'm going to keep in, plus a couple that are in my project, I'm going to go ahead and take this out for now and maybe play around with it again in the future. The next thing that I'm going to take out of this basket is this Color Tattoo in the color 300 Gold Shimmer. I did use this a number of times in the last 2 baskets that I've had this in, and I am taking it out now because I have quite a number of cream shadows, including another Color Tattoo that I'm going to use this year, and I'm really going to try and stay pretty loyal to those because they are colors that I can use under almost any look. So I'm kind of just going to rotate through those in blocks of time to try and just get progress on all of them and get maximum progress by doing by using them for a couple of weeks or a month at a time. The next thing is these ColourPop shadows. I took out this color in Gecko. I was using this as a highlighter. This is beautiful, but like I said, I have several highlighters that I'm already using. This is the color in Hot Tamale, and I used this a couple times in the last month or so as well. And this is the color in Sandstorm. Again, I used this a couple of times in the last month. So I am going to take these out. The next and last things that I'm taking out of this basket are, I'm not going to hold this up because there's a mirror, the ColourPop shadows in the color Thirsty Girl and in the color Valley Girl. And I used these twice in a look that Stephanie from the Daisy Girly posted a tutorial on, and I did wear that twice in this last 2 weeks. So those are going out. So there was a couple things in my last bi-weekly makeup basket that I said I was going to have in there as kind of unmentioned products that are always there because they're used in some go-to looks that I have that also might incorporate some of the things that are in my makeup used up for 2016. I can't think right now, but I have a couple more things that I did just want to show that I did just have a couple more things that I wanted to show that will kind of also be kind of unmentioned in my baskets until I take them out or I'm not using them any longer. That's when I will kind of announce them again that they're coming out. Otherwise, I'm not going to mention them every single week or every single makeup basket that I post, and the first one is this color, this MAC pigment in the color Vanilla. I can use this as a highlight, but primarily what I'm leaving it in my basket for is the eye look actually that I'm wearing today, that I wear quite often, using Stars and Rockets and my MAC Industrial eye pencil that are both in my makeup use up for 2016. So that is going to stay in my basket and not be mentioned from video to video. The next is my Industrial eye pencil. Again, this is in my makeup use up for 2016. I'm not going to mention this all the time because I pretty much use it just for this look. So anything that I'm using in like a repeated or go-to look, I'm going to leave in my basket and just kind of mention right now. The next is my ColourPop shadow in the color Prickly Pear. This is my favorite of the last couple of months, so I am going to leave this in just in case I want to play around with it whenever. So again, something that's not going to be mentioned in every video. The next thing is just, this is in my makeup use up for 2016, but just because this is the only bronzer I'm going to be using, I'm not really going to be showing bronzers in every basket, unless of course I decide to pull something in to pair with this. So this is my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil and will be the bronzer in my basket unless spoken otherwise. Okay, so quickly I'm going to go into the face products that I am using at the moment because, again, there are several that I've chosen for my makeup use up. So I will start with primer, and the primer that I chose to go with first is my Too Faced Matte and Poreless, or Prime and Poreless Pure, and I did end up being able to mark this. I said in my makeup use up that I wasn't able to mark it, but I was able to mark this, and this is the primer that I'm currently using, with the exception of some sample primers that I might pull from my sample roulette, my 365 days of samples, hashtag 365 days of samples. That is the primer that I'm going to be using. The current foundation combination that I'm using right now is my CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous foundation and my MAC Face and Body, again both in my 2016 makeup use up goals. I'm sorry that I keep saying that, but just in case you haven't seen that video, this is the combo that I'm going with right now because there are two others. I have used a couple of times the Maybelline Dream BB Pure, and that's just been on a lighter day, or I've mixed that, but I've mixed it in with one of the two of those, so it's not been by itself. So I might use some things here and there and pull them in. If I use anything that I didn't mention in this basket, I will go ahead and mention it in the next basket or in my, I'm going to try and do recaps still at the end of the month. I'm not going to do one for this month. At least not at this point. I might decide to do one, but things have been really busy, so maybe I'll try and put that together tonight and maybe film it tomorrow, but at this point I don't plan on filming one. The face powders that I'm going to focus on for this basket, or this, at least this 2 weeks period of time, is my e.l.f. Tone Correcting Powder and my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. To be honest, I will probably be working on this e.l.f. Tone Correcting Powder all the time because I use this under my eyes irregardless of what powder I'm using. So these are the two powders that I'm going to be working on. And again, I'm only mentioning these because this is the first video of the new year. I probably will not continue to mention what powders I'm using or anything like that unless I switch it up. So that being said, any of these products will, if they're in my project, they will stay the same unless I switch it up and start focusing on something else. The next thing that I have is my MAC Prep and Prime. This is the only product I have like this, so this will be just something that I'm continuing to work on until it's finished, and this is just to go underneath my eyes, and then I will set it with the e.l.f. Tone Correcting Powder just to brighten up underneath my eyes. Okay, so the next category, highlighters. I am working on two for my makeup use up of 2016, and that is my Benefit Watts Up and my Essence Beauty Beats. There is one other cream highlighter that I do have in my 14 by 2014 that I'm working on using up, but that should be done soon, so I'm going to be working on this Benefit Watts Up. This will be a continued use product no matter what highlighter I'm using, and this will always stay in my baskets. So again, not going to mention these every single time unless I'm just going to mention the other highlighters or whatever else I might bring into the basket. The next two highlighters that I'm going to be using are my MAC Oh Darling and my Wet n Wild Fergie, both kind of gold highlighters. I'm going to really see this week if I really need both. I know I've swatched both. I know they are both different, but I may just go with one or the other. And what I might end up doing is actually keeping the Fergie in at all times too, so that way I have a gold option. And I did want to pan this at some point anyways, but it's not in my goals for this year. So I will probably leave this in my basket as an unmentioned as well, just so I have a gold highlight. And then if and when I decide to take this out, I will mention this or keep mentioning it if I keep it in my basket. The next category is cheeks, and I have a couple of new things that I'm going to put into this basket that I will mention at the end when I'm putting them in. But the two things that I'm going to focus on as far as what's in my project, so again, not going to mention these again after this time unless it changes. I have two cream blushes in the makeup use up, so I wanted to mention the one that I'm going to focus on for this basket, and this is my Becca Shimmering Skin Souffle, right? No, Becca Beach Tint Shimmer Souffle in the color Lychee Opal. And I will probably continue to use this until I am sick of it, so I don't know that I'm going to swap it out at the end of this 2 weeks, but if I don't mention it the next time, I'm leaving it in and focusing and continuing to focus on that one. And also in my project is the NARS Mini in the color Orgasm, and I'm going to be focusing on this as far as my powder blush. Next, I want to mention the cream products, the cream eye products that I'm going to focus on. I have like 4 or 5 in this. I have like 4 or 5 that I'm working on, but this 2 weeks I'm going to focus on my Essence Stay All Day cream shadow in the color For Fairies, and also my Mally eyeshadow stick in the color Rosy Taupe. And so those are my cream eyeshadow focus. Next, I'm going to be leaving my Naked 2 kind of off to the side as an option because I have finished my Project Pan Roulette, in which I was trying to pan the shade Tease here. As you can see, I did hit my goal, and I do really like this as a crease shade, so I want to kind of have this to the side as an option for a crease shade. However, I am planning on panning this shadow from the Physicians Formula Canyon Classics Quad also to be used in my crease. So I'm going to pull this in and focus on that shadow for my crease, but have the Tease from the Naked 2 as an option. I'm also going to have my Makeup Geek Color in Beaches and Cream. I should have put this in the beginning. This is going to be an unmentioned product as well for me because I use this to blend out my brow bone. So I am going to go ahead and leave this in my kind of unspoken continuing to work on and use products. This is in my 2016 project as well. And because I seriously can't get enough and didn't get to use these enough in the last 2 weeks, I'm going to leave in my Kat Von D Monarch and Chrysalis palettes and see if I continue to use these and get some looks out of these because I really do love these palettes. The last thing before I get to the things that I'm going to add in, and I know this seems like a lot, but again, a lot of it is stuff that's just kind of going to be there and stuff that I'm working on, and then we're just only going to mention from here on out if I change anything or decide to bring anything else in. And I'm trying to keep focused on what's in my projects and not bring too much in from that category that's going to compete with progress that I want to make. But it is a year-long project, so I have a whole year to make progress and still continue to use and discover other products in my collection. So just real quick, I wanted to mention that I'm going to be using my Samita Beauty eyeliner. It's a kohl eyeliner in just the color black, and the liquid liner that I'm going to be using is my Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper. My eyeshadow primer is going to be my NARS Pro Prime until I finish this. The mascara that I'm currently working on right now is my Maybelline Lash Sensational. That being said, I do have a couple of others that are already open. One of those being my L'Oreal Collagen Mascara, which I do believe I also put into my 2016 project. So I might use those every once in a while, but primarily I'm going to be trying to use my Lash Sensational and get the most use out of that, try and use it up. And the very last thing, I am going to be focusing on my MAC lip gloss in the color See-Through. I'm wearing this today. And also my L'Oreal lipstick in JLo's Nude, but I'm not sure where that is at the moment. So 3 things that I wanted to bring into this basket this time. One of those is something that I just wanted to kind of get some play out of, and I saw X Sparkage just post a New Year's Eve video for an eye look that I would probably wear on an everyday basis, and that is from the Anastasia Self-Made palette. And so this is what this palette looks like if you haven't seen it, and I just wanted to kind of play around a little bit with this palette in conjunction with my Pan That palettes, my Too Faced Natural Eyes palette, and my Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. Sydney, quit licking. And the last 2 are blush products. So the first is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in the color Cruel Intentions. I really like this color a lot, and I also love the name because Cruel Intentions was one of my favorite movies back in the day, and I really should kind of pop that out and watch that again because I really enjoy that movie. Ryan Phillippe, so gorgeous in that movie. So I'm going to be using this in my next 2-week basket. And the next thing that I'm going to put into my basket for this next 2 weeks is also a blush, and it is by Tarte. It is one of their Amazonian clay blushes in the color Prim. I really love this color. I mentioned it in an upcoming collab that I have with Abby from Make Life Your Runway. It's going to be our Best in Beauty 2015 collab, and I did mention that color, and I really wanted to include it in this 2-week period of time to kind of mix it up with my Becca Shimmering Souffle and the ColourPop blush in the color Cruel Intentions. So that is it for my makeup basket for the next 2 weeks. Let me know if there's anything you guys want to see from me this year. I do have a couple of reviews that I have lined up of things that I've used or started using recently that I want to do some reviews on. And let me know if you have any feedback or input on my 2-week makeup baskets and whether you guys enjoyed the recaps that I did, or the one recap that I've done on my makeup basket, my 2 makeup baskets for the month. Do a recap video at the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And one more thing I did want to say before I complete this video. This is my first video in 2016, and also this is the first opportunity while filming that I've gotten a chance to say thank you so much for 300 subscribers. That has completely and totally blown my mind. I have only been on YouTube since the 4th of July was the day that I filmed my first video, and I never would have dreamed that I would have 300 subscribers by the end of the year. It's so crazy to me, and I appreciate you all so much. I in no way, shape, or form think I am anybody special, but I really enjoy making these videos for you guys. I enjoy watching all of your videos and discovering new people and making such wonderful friends like I have here on YouTube. I just wanted to shout out a handful of girls that have really welcomed me into this community and really supported me in the last 6 or 7 months that I've been doing this. And those girls are Courtney K, Emily R, Stephanie from the Daisy Girly, Abby from Make Life Your Runway, Ashley from Love, Health, and Makeup, Betsy from Make Up Your Mind, Emily from Tea Time with Emily, and now she is Girly and Glam with Emily, I believe. And Gin and Glitter. Charisse from Brown Eyed Girl. Charisse is one of the more recent girls that I've connected with, and numerous other girls here on YouTube. Chantry from Chantry's Cosmetics, wonderful, wonderful ladies that I love to follow, watch their videos, and really support and comment and like my videos all the time. And I just wanted to shout those girls out. I really appreciate all of my 300 subscribers. I'm blown away to look forward to this next year and seeing all the progress that everybody is able to make, challenging myself, seeing how much progress I can make, and really stick to my goals and reduce the amount of money that I am spending on makeup. Use what I really love and declutter or re-gift what doesn't work for me. Thank you guys so much, and here's to 2016. So that is it, you guys. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.